the other team to join, Ibu Dr. Suryasari.
Yeah, Pak Imam, we can start now.
Okay, good, thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Respectable Professor Parmit Singh from the University Teknologi Malang, Malaysia. Respectable Ibu Associate Professor Dr. Suryasari Faradiba, the head of the Master of Mathematics Education Study Program at the University of Islam Malang. We also have Ibu Assistant Professor Alifiani and Associate Professor Dr. Yayan, as well as Assistant Professor Siki El-Walida and Ibu Yuli as well. So this afternoon, I received information from Associate Professor Dr. Faradiba that there will be a joint research program between the Master of Mathematics Education Study Program at the University of Islam Malang. So, but before our discussion, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Imam Wahyudi Karimullah from the Office of International Affairs at the University of Islam Malang. We are so happy because today, this afternoon, we can have a virtual meeting. So this meeting is actually as advised by the Vice Chancellor of University Teknologi Malang, Malaysia. So the Vice Chancellor of University Teknologi Malang, Malaysia has been had signed the MOU with our rector, Prof, at the beginning of April. So we signed the MOU already, and the Vice Chancellor of UiTM Malang, Malaysia is the very what we call it very energetic in terms of requesting to follow up the MOU signing with some activities. Not only with the at the time we start the MOU initiation with the Faculty of Public Policy with Professor Noor. The Dean is Professor Noor. But during the speech of the Vice Chancellor of University of Teknologi Malang, so the Vice Chancellor, she requested and give time for about 2 months to follow up the MOU with some actions, implementations. That's why all deans right now are encouraged to contact relevant faculties at University Teknologi Malang, Malaysia. At the moment, we are under Ministry of Education and Culture, Prof. Singh, and our student body is around 17,000. Even it is a small number compared to Teknologi Malang, but we are already accredited as an excellent by our Indonesian government, the accreditation. And then we also have received international accreditation from Germany, from ASEAN, Germany. And as I already mentioned, that we have a Bachelor of Mathematics Education and also Master degree of Mathematics Education. And at the level of a bachelor program, the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, they asked me to connect with the Faculty of Education at University Teknologi Malang. And they will have a conference. I think they sent it already to you, Professor Singh, the letter of invitation to be the keynote speaker of our international conference on mathematics education. That will be hosted by the Bachelor of Mathematics Education Study Program. In addition to that, we, all faculties, all college are encouraged to implement, to create a program to follow up the MOU. Our rector pushed all of us to what we call it, to find a way to implement the MOU that has been signed. And because we haven't met yet, and the director of the postgraduate program, as well as the dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, is asking Professor Singh advice the possibility of what we call it, of visiting Faculty of Education, in this case, Mathematics Education, to discuss further about the possible collaboration that we can have between Mathematics Education study program at University Teknologi Mara, and also the master degree program in Mathematics Education at the postgraduate program of UNISMA Malang. So we have, so far we have only bachelor and master degree program for Mathematics Education. If the bachelor degree program, it is under the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. So we actually focusing on preparing the mathematics teacher that will be teaching at school, or maybe working in other sectors related to mathematics. And then, so yesterday I received some question, Professor Singh. The question is related to, is it possible to work with Professor Singh because Dr. Paradiba already browsing in the internet about the area of interest from Professor Singh, and then she mentioned to me that she's interested in following up, especially for the research project that she's going to do in Indonesia, and hopefully we can work on the joint publication together. And we have also our professor in mathematics, Professor Surahmat, and our team in mathematics education is quite strong. We have Dr. Sunismi, Associate Professor Dr. Sunismi. She is the what we call it, the Vice Dean for Financial Affairs, holding the what we call it, administrative position at our faculty. But she also many project undergoing. Dr. Sudismi just won community service project grant from our government, and it is so congratulations, Dr. Sudismi. And hopefully the community project can also be connected with our colleague in Teknologi Mara, Malaysia. I do not know in what way that is possible. We also send our student, Professor Singh, 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, from English Education Department. So we send 3 students to do the teaching practice, teaching volunteer practice at university, at one of the Pondok Pesantren boarding school in Tanjung Sepat, Selangor. And the community service project is the student give the teaching at that Pondok Pesantren, teaching English, but the supervision coming from the lecturers, English education lecturers at University Teknologi Mara. And we would like also explore the possibility, for example, our students teaching at some school in Malaysia under the coordination with Indonesian Embassy in Kuala Lumpur. In this case, is teaching mathematics, like a very basic mathematics for maybe for elementary school or junior high school or senior high school. And while doing the teaching mathematics practice, the students are also required to write an article as a reflection on the mathematics teaching practice that they conducted in Malaysia. And other possible collaboration that we are hoping is maybe, for example, our student can do the sit-in program. For example, they can join Professor Singh class, maybe like 1 or 2 meetings, or maybe 3 meetings via online or maybe offline, and we can send our students to sit in your class. And we also receive credit transfer program, Professor Singh. In this case, if, for example, your students are interested in taking some mathematics courses as part of a credit transfer program in our campus, we will provide tuition fee waived for 1 semester. They can study here, take some courses, for example, and if possible, we would like also send our student to join some classes, some courses in your department. But we do not know yet whether you have a bachelor degree program in mathematics education or only at the graduate level, master degree program. But we are really hoping that we can work on joint research collaboration, or maybe community service, joint community service together, and maybe join a publication or conference. At least we have decided to invite Professor Singh as one of the keynote speaker in mathematics education department for the bachelor degree program. And if I'm not mistaken, we are planning to visit Malaysia, Professor Singh, hopefully maybe at the beginning of July. So one of our concern is it possible to visit your mathematics education department? Maybe during the visit, we can discuss in detail the, what we call it, the future plan that we might, we call it, take the action that may be possible. And then is it also possible for the bachelor degree program to join the visit together and then have a discussion? I do not know the system in Teknologi Mara. Is it under the faculty or is it under the graduate school? Because we are planning to come with different study program. So there is a mathematics education study program will be joining, Indonesian study program also will be joining, and management study program, and then education study program. So in this case, if we could receive your advice, should we address the visit for the letter to the director of the graduate school, and then after that, each team, for example, the mathematics team, can have a special discussion with respective, what we call it, faculty that is relevant with their faculty areas. I think that's all, like a brief introduction from my side. So I would like to introduce one by one. Like I mentioned earlier, we have Associate Professor Dr. Sunismi. Ibu Dr. Sunismi is the Vice Dean. And then we also have Associate Professor Dr. Sony Elfianto. So Professor Sony Elfianto, he is now teaching a class, but he is the person in charge for the international cooperation and development. So he will be following up about the coordination and everything, especially about the planning of the visit. And of course, in this case, Ibu Dr. Surya Sari Faradiba will be, what we call it, sharing about the planning or the intention of our future collaboration. So if we could receive the advice from Professor Singh, then we will be more than happy and appreciate from Professor Singh advice. So we'd like to request to kindly request Professor Singh to provide advice and suggestion on our future collaboration to follow up the MOU that has been signed between the Rector of University of Selam Malang and the Vice Chancellor of University Teknologi Mara in the last 2 months. Time is yours, Professor Singh, for your remark.
Okay, thank you very much, Imam Wahyudi, and distinguished members from the Faculty of Education. First of all, I was not sure I'm going to talk to so many people. I was thinking I was only going to meet Dr. Surya. I was thinking it was just like an informal session, and I feel so bad now. I don't have my team members with me, So I was thinking I was just going to meet Dr. Surya and about some collaboration. So let me say that we'll have to meet because why? I'm in charge. No, I'm not in charge. I was in charge for the Masters of Science in Mathematics Education. In fact, we have been doing quite a lot of collaboration work nowadays, for the past, because university also, they want collaboration with other universities, and we have signed a lot of MOUs. As the Vice Chancellor, we have so many MOUs, but nothing is working. On paper,
That's right. That's right.
I think it's all Vice Chancellor are facing the same dilemma. What's the use of signing MOUs? These are all for University Myra scores, but no action is taken. So I agree with collaboration. Okay, I go from the end in mind first. You want to make a visit to Malaysia, right? They got no issue. Because the other day also, one university from Indonesia just came to UiTM last week.
Right. From the English Education Department.
No, not from the University from Jawa Timur lah.
Yeah, that's from us, from UNISMA.
No, I didn't. I met them. I did not see you.
Yes, I didn't come, but my team, yeah.
Oh, last week they were here?
Not
No,
last
they were
week.
different
Oh,
set.
right.
It's a different set because they wanted collaboration also. We spoke to them about collaboration also. Then they got physics, chemistry, biology, and they have many sessions for sciences.
Okay.
I think the different universities.
Okay.
So now I was thinking that this could be just a meeting between me and Dr. Surya and 1-2 members, and there was a big group of you guys. So I apologize. My other faculty members are not here. Okay, I apologize for that. Yes, we can do collaboration. I think collaboration is good because for me, I came to a stage that there are 2 points of doing research, One is to increase our CV. Sometimes you're doing research to get associate professor and get professors, just for the sake of it. But there's no return of investment, ROI. That's my sad part when we do research. It stays there. It stays in the cupboard, stays in the journal. It does not improve the teaching and learning of mathematics per se. And sometimes I used to voice out in my Senate, especially for the maths per se. My life has been on mathematics education. I was always thinking how to improve the teaching of mathematics in schools and in universities, because in universities will prepare the teachers for the schools. Like in my university, like under Faculty of Education, we have undergraduate, we have masters, and we have PhDs. For math, I'm talking about maths per se, because I cannot talk for other faculties. I'm not talking for Faculty of Education from the perspective of mathematics education. So in my faculty, yes, we have been running undergraduate degrees for mathematics since 2004. Okay. Then masters of like our masters, which all our program, our faculty is masters of education in TESOL, in management, in sports science. But for maths, I didn't want masters in education. Because why? I noticed the demand to be an instructor, you need content knowledge. And many universities in Malaysia, all of them are offering masters in education. Sorry, masters in mathematics education. So when I went to the ministry, I said I didn't want that. I want masters of science in mathematics education. So my emphasis is on content plus pedagogical content, so that these people will be able to teach in the colleges or possibly in the universities also. So we have a Masters of Science in Mathematics Education, where definitely we can collaborate. I'm sure, like just now you say you want to have undergraduate program, exchange program. I think it's excellent. We have done with Canada before, Canada have sent their 3 students here, and we have done with Thailand also before. So most important thing is when we want to do, we'll look at the syllabus rather than just people going 3 weeks up, 3 weeks down. We will sometimes waste the students' learning process. Rather, we have a program where they can transfer of credit. You know, when it's transfer of credit, so the students also will learn something and it'll be better. Then even exchange of program coming, sitting in, I think it's not an issue. My only concern is when you say you want to visit our university, right? You see, our semester, the cuti ulang kaji is 17 to 23rd of July. That July 17 to 23rd is our now we are in the 10th week of our semester. Altogether there are 14 weeks. We're in the 10th week. This today is the 10th week. So we've got another 4 more weeks to go. And also it is the final time all are having assessments now, you know, the exams and assessment. Then 17 to 23rd July is cuti ulang kaji. Then 24th, the exam. 24th, the exam. And the cuti starts when you talk me about the cuti, right? I got the calendar in front of me. I said better. And our cuti starts 14th of August. Our semester break cuti starts 14th of August. So my concern, if you come now in next month, the students will all be in their classes with, you know, the lecturers will be doing the exams and so forth. That's my only concern. But also can negotiate. I don't think it's a big thing. Can negotiate. To meet also will not be an issue. So what I was thinking, I will have the faculty meet with all of you. Be much better. I'll ask my dean to come forward because why? And this is like a faculty to faculty. It's not a program to program because faculty must make the decision. Correct? I can make the decision of a program. Maths education, no issue. We can discuss the collaboration. But when more than that, I'll ask my dean to have a meeting with all of you all one more time, if it's okay with you guys. In that case, we can flexibilize everything. Your visit, how to contextualize your visit, what direction to give. I will be able to talk about maths education per se, there's no issue. But when further up and that, is beyond. I'm a researcher, by the way. I do more research and I don't manage so much. I don't like to do management. No? They want to give me management, I say I don't want. I will quit. I told them, you give me management, I will quit. I don't want. I just want to teach and I want to do research. That's my passion for it. So for the admin side, whatever the visitation, so I think let the faculty handle that be much better. Okay, that's number one. Number two, want to collaboration, research is very good. And writings is no issue can. In fact, I just got back late last year from Cambridge and Oxford. I just came back from that because I wanted to go and look at this type of university, what they have that we from Eastern culture do not have. It's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference. Although my visit was very short, but I learned a lot from them. And their way of thinking is far, far ahead. And they are so minute in their area. They don't flexibilize outside of their area. You know, these people are like that. So then we can talk about the collaboration. We can do research. We can do public. That will be the easiest. Even the Indonesian university you came recently, the easiest way is for publication and research. And publication and research, you can have your own grant. We have our own grant. So we do on research, have a common interest. That means you will do your side and we'll do our side. What we can do, one paper from Indonesia, one paper from Malaysia, one paper joint. No, sorry, 3 papers will be joined, but we can I'll show my data to you. You do, so we can have 3 publications here. But at the end of the day, the objective is not to compare who is better. The objective is to see the culture perspective, how we are different from one another. Be much, much more healthy. So depends on what research collaboration you all want to do. Like in my university, end of last year, I finished 2 big research for the university. Because when I get all these grants all, came to a stage, I questioned myself, why are we doing research? Do instructors, the school teachers, the students benefit from research? My answer is no. The students and the teachers are teaching the same way as they were taught. So we put our publication in a journal, but nobody reads. Who read? People like me and you will read. You read my work, I read your work. But at the end of the day, our outcome is for schools. So how many of the teachers which we are teaching in school, they are having new ways of teaching? They are still teaching the way as they were taught. And also sometimes when you want to make changes, it's very difficult. To make changes is so difficult. I brought this question to my Senate end of last year, I brought two questions. I told them, number one, is our curriculum producing students who are thinkers? I repeat, these are talking about the whole university, because I sit on the curriculum board of the university also. When they sit for curriculum, when they come new curriculum, new everything, they'll put inside, yes, we are doing critical thinking, we are doing higher order, everything they said they'll be doing. Everything they say they'll be doing, they'll tick the box. Yes, 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 yes. So after 4 years, do they really have this so-called or this thinking capabilities? So I brought a question here. I brought the question, does our 4 years curriculum produce students who are thinkers? When I say thinkers, I meant they have critical thinking. I meant they have logical thinking. And the thinking can be quantitative thinking and qualitative thinking. This is for everybody in general. Then I went into mathematical thinking. That is my area for the past 3 to 4 years. Mathematical thinking. Because I notice it, we are teaching students maths. They will be able to solve all the calculus and the numerical analysis. But when I ask them to think outside of the box, they face difficulty. So I asked this question to the university, and my vice chancellor told me, Param, do a research. So what we did was, we developed a paper and pencil test. It was objective data, which I and my team went to all faculties. Sorry, out of 22, we went to 12 faculties. We stratified them and give them a paper and pencil test. And the outcome, and we only did on final year students. Final year students, that means those who are about to leave the university. And let me tell you, the outcome was not good. We think our curriculum is good. On paper, is world class. On application, is it there? So that was the issue I came. The second one was, the research I did was, the exam grades. We call it inflation of grades. During the COVID time, online assessment, online test, online examination, and notice it the whole world, there was inflation of grades. Even in our university, we notice it from 1990 in August till 1 year, the 2 semesters, students' grades increased during this COVID time. Then after that, they have started doing blended learning. Very good. Now, most of the assessments has converted into online assessments. They have blended learning. And we found out that why was there inflation of grades during COVID? There was a lot of unethical things was going on. Because when we started doing open book tests, open book assessment, so-called open book, but the open book was closed book. They gave online assessment, but the answers were all available on the net. All the answers available on the net. So answers available on the net, is that called open book. That's why students, they prefer open book, the so-called open book, because they can get answers from online. And we found out, and we examined the question paper of the exam. You see, this one is very difficult to accept. We examined the exam papers, and the found out was the questions were not open book tests. And when we reported to the vice chancellor, the issue was instructors are not ready to set open book exams. They're not ready yet. So now what we found out was, from this teaching and learning, because our focus has always been on teaching and learning, on research and publication. When was the last time we talked about teaching and learning? Very little. The universities are so into research publication, which is true, which is important. But what's the use of doing when the output does not trickle down to the teaching and learning? And university is based on teaching. University is based on students. How much do we invest on students than on professional development of lecturers? So now again, I get back to you. Which area do you want to focus upon? It can be a joint collaboration, whatever. I know I talked with Dr. Surya. I thought you were talking about problem solving and whatever. But maybe we can go further than problems. My problems are already quite old, quite old. And we can go slightly deeper than that. Because at the end of the day, I always believe when we do research, there must be perturbation. people must change. How to say now, how to make changes? Of course, changes for the better. And I always worry about teaching and learning of students. Are the students learning or are the instructors teaching? And now the issue of ChatGPT, my another area I'm doing now. Currently, my current one now, in fact, I just developed the instrument last 1 week with busy, but ChatGPT is such a powerful thing. Is it the future of teaching? No studies, no PhD student have come out with ChatGPT yet. None, zero. No PhD studies come out. Masters people have started doing now. And this started end of November 2022, just recently. I'm a lot into this ChatGPT now. I'm a lot, because why? ChatGPT has taken over from Google. Meaning that those days we do search engine. Nowadays we don't need search engine. ChatGPT do everything for us. So my question is, ChatGPT is such a powerful tool. Number one, are the instructors ready? Are the instructors ready? Now my question is, instructors are definitely not ready, and we have to change our assessments. We cannot repeat the same assessment as how we are giving. We have to change. Unless we stick to a traditional paper and pencil test in an exam hall. Are we looking at ChatGPT? And everybody is very silent on ChatGPT, by the way. If you want to publish papers at current time to cause perturbation, the answer is ChatGPT. Because there are very few people doing ChatGPT. And number two, because many people are not ready. Even Malaysia is not ready. Even Malaysia is not ready. They don't know what to do. And my last 4 months, my area has been on ChatGPT. Even I started doing my own YouTube channels to educate teachers. Is ChatGPT the future of teaching? The answer is definitely yes. If that is the future, what are we doing as instructors? We have to change our way of teaching, no doubt about it. And let me tell you, ChatGPT can do math question, by the way, but not good enough. I tried so many problem-solving questions. If it's word problem, they are very good. But if you give calculation like numerical analysis per question, I tried, they did 10 questions, they got 4 correct, 6 wrong. 4 correct, 6 wrong. So, but now it's ChatGPT 4. When ChatGPT 5 comes out, it will be much more powerful. So now, the changes taking place in the whole environment, the landscape of higher education, and maths is involved also. And the teaching and learning, it definitely need to change. Our assessment definitely needs to change. Definitely. But are we ready? The answer is no. We are still, as ChatGPT came out November 2022, we are still assessing students as the same way before ChatGPT. So now my question is, which direction do we want to take? I think I gave a lot of problem statements for you guys and where we can go through. Which area do you all want to focus? Because sometimes it's good not to do so many, do a small area, and then you can report to your VC that we have started one research and so forth. And also the research must be something that is practical, something that will have ROI. So I leave it to you all which area you all want to focus upon. If you want to focus on ChatGPT, I'm very happy. Are the instructors ready to face? Is ChatGPT the future of teaching? We start on the instructors. Are the instructors ready? Then we can do on students. Are they using it? Then we can fill in the gap. So I give back the floor to you. I think I've spoken too much. I give the floor back to you.
Thank you so much, Professor Singh. It's very inspirational. Professor Singh, will it be okay if I translate in bahasa Indonesia?
Sure.
Oke. Jadi Bapak Ibu, ini luar biasa. Ini kita bertemu dengan orang yang tepat. Profesor Singh ini dalam posisi di perguruan tinggi, beliau masuk dalam pengembang kurikulum di tingkat universitas. Tadi beliau menyindir banyak peneliti. Terkadang peneliti itu banyak fokus pada publikasi, tapi pertanyaannya adalah apakah publikasi yang hasil penelitian yang sudah dilakukan oleh Bapak Ibu di tingkat perguruan tinggi itu sudah benar-benar digunakan dalam proses mengoptimalkan proses pembelajaran matematika. Jadi beliau ini memang pendidikan matematika banget. Sangat cocok sekali dengan prodi pendidikan matematika kita dan prodi S2. Jadi beliau sangat setuju terkait dengan penawaran yang Bu Farah dan Bapak Ibu yang lain sampaikan. Apakah di teknologi Mara ada prodi S1? Ada. Jadi ada prodi S1, S2 dan bahkan S3 untuk pendidikan matematika. Tapi tadi beliau menyampaikan background beliau di Science of Mathematics Education. Jadi bagaimana bisa mendapatkan kedua-duanya. Jadi materi matematikanya dapat, materi pedagogiknya juga dapat. Jadi dua yang tadi beliau tekankan. Terkait dengan data penelitian, tadi beliau menyampaikan sebaiknya proses penelitiannya seperti yang sudah disampaikan oleh beliau. Jadi Bu Farah ambil data, Prof. Singh ambil data, kemudian misalnya nanti Bu Sunis ambil data, nanti data tersebut bisa di-sharing, sehingga nanti bisa jadi ada 3 artikel Bu Farah, artikelnya Prof. Singh, ada artikel lagi yang baru dari perspektif yang mengkombinasikan 2 data yang ada. Beliau lebih concern pada bagaimana guru-guru matematika itu bisa memperbaiki kualitas pengajaran pendidikan matematika. Jadi bagaimana kualitas pengajaran matematika itu bisa menjadi lebih baik. Dan perkembangan pendidikan matematika saat ini sampai di mana. Bahkan tadi beliau dalam 2-3 tahun terakhir ini penelitian beliau tentang ChatGPT. ChatGPT bisa jadi nanti adalah the future of teacher in mathematics education yang tidak bisa kita pungkiri lagi. Jadi kalau misalkan nanti ada Bapak Ibu yang tertarik dengan ChatGPT, beliau langsung welcome sekali karena itu adalah area yang saat ini sedang beliau tekuni, dan bahkan bisa jadi nanti joint publication tidak ada masalah karena itu adalah area yang saat ini sedang beliau tekuni dalam beberapa tahun terakhir ini. Ada ChatGPT 4, bahkan ada ChatGPT 5 yang sudah sangat booming sekali terkait dengan hal tersebut. Kemudian terkait dengan kunjungan ke Mara, Malaysia, ke Prodi Matematika, kalau di level Prodi saya kira tidak ada masalah. Tadi beliau menyampaikan, misalnya nanti dari Prodi S1 maupun Prodi S2 mau ke sana, karena beliau mantan Kaprodi S2. You are the former of person in charge for the master degree program, right, Professor Singh?
I was.
I was, right.
Now all my juniors, my students who are doing PhD, they have been charged. Now, my undergraduate was my student when he was his undergraduate time. Now he's my PhD student. He's in charge of undergraduate. Then my master's program is the person who I took him to come and take over. So now I am the person sitting back seat. So saya tengok apa sedang berlaku saja. I am not relaxed now. So they are doing all the running up, doing the paperwork and everything. But I attend meeting through the direction, but the paperwork and everything comes from my undergraduate and postgraduate coordinators.
Oke, ya, jadi kita bertemu dengan orang yang tepat, Bapak Ibu. Jadi beliau Prof. Singh ini adalah dosen senior yang jadi Kaprodi S1, mahasiswanya beliau. Jadi dan juga yang Kaprodi S2 juga sama, adalah orang yang ditunjuk yang dalam koordinasi dari beliau, sehingga ini a very strategic position that Professor Singh also the experience, the expertise. So we are meeting the right person, the right man. Tinggal nanti tadi Profesor Singh sudah menyampaikan kalau misalkan mau berkunjung silahkan. Kalau misalkan hanya prodi matematika saja, beliau langsung menerima karena tidak ada urusannya dengan prodi-prodi yang lain. Tapi kalau misalkan nanti yang datang dari prodi bahasa Indonesia atau mungkin prodi bahasa Inggris atau prodi-prodi yang lain, maka nanti perlu dikoordinasikan di tingkat fakultas. Perlu ada koordinasi khusus. Kalau hanya dari prodi matematika, beliau langsung insya Allah tidak ada masalah. Tapi masalahnya kalau misalkan nanti dilaksanakan pada bulan Juli, karena sekarang adalah pertemuan ke-10 dan pertemuan ke-14 itu sudah UAS, final exam, sehingga kalau sekarang itu 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the first week of July will be the last class meeting. Is it right?
Somewhere there, yes. It's,
The last,
it's
the
another,
last,
today
the
the
last,
three
the last.
more, other 3 to 4 more weeks to go, 1 more month to go.
Oh, one more month to go.
Yeah,
So the
correct.
final will be in the middle of at the second week of July. The final.
No, the cuti ulang kaji is 17 to 23rd.
Oh, 17.
17 to 23rd of July.
So that's the final exam.
No, that is the semester cuti
Break.
break untuk belajar, semester belajar.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they have around 1 week there. Then the exam starts on 24th, I think so,
24th of July.
July.
Okay.
Then
So
our holiday starts on 14 August.
14 August. So if, for example, we visit the first week of July, so students still having class.
They should be having.
Okay. So student, I mean, your student have having the class, right?
They should be, yeah, they should be having. But my only concern is at that time when masuk class, sometimes I think you cannot have an interaction with the student because that
Right,
time penyediaan exam. Because usually our university always advise the last 3 weeks jangan adakan apa-apa activity. They always specify that. Also going out semua akan diberhentikan.
Okay.
Because students sometimes they complain, you know, like last week the lecturer has some activities with them, and always the university had to come down. No more activity with students, all teaching and learning only. The university are quite strict on that lah, because they say they don't want to disturb this. Because students pergi complain. Selalu kita buat ini, they complain because why they datang untuk belajar.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Can I suggest something?
Sure. Yes, please.
I can cuba cakap dalam bahasa Malaysia dengan bahasa Indonesia. Pendapat saya, bila saya dapati bila kita ada kunjungan kan, macam hari itu pun datang, kita bincang. Lepas tu tak apa akan berlaku. Bagaimana jika sebelum you datang, kita bincang apa kita mau buat. Bila you datang, kita lengkapkan apa kita mau buat. Macam kertas kerja dan sebagainya, kita nak buat research collaboration kan. So, apa kita nak buat, kita telah buatkan semua melalui online sudah habis. Bila you datang, final touches saja. So I noticed it last week kan, kita boleh buat ini, kita boleh, semua pun boleh buat. So sekarang sudah 1 minggu lepas saya tak dengar apa-apa cerita juga. So, I do not believe in procrastination. Kalau cakap hari ini, so next week kita cubalah. Kita buat sikit demi sikit. I think macam ni, jadikan dia lebih macam bila you datang kunjungan kan, we have a working paper. Kita akan mesyuarah bekerja. You know, like if you have joint publication, we work on the publication together, our side and your side. Or we are doing research, we finalize the research. Macam ni dah rangka semua sudah ada, hanya finalize saja. Dan of course boleh buat yang lain lah. Rather than just apa mau buat, I think apa mau buat kita buat melalui sini. Then down there kita kata
finalization
kita that way so much better then.
Bagus.
Untuk kita fikir 2-3 perkara apa kita membuat dululah. Kita fikir jangka short term dan intermediate term lah.
Baik.
I fikir macam tu, jadi lebih bernas lah.
Baik, benar sekali Profesor.
Bernas.
Baik. Untuk tanggalnya, untuk ketika finalisasi minggu pertama tidak ada masalah berarti. Hanya sekedar mungkin bertemu dengan lecturer saja, tidak perlu dengan mahasiswa. Kalau misalkan nanti mahasiswa khawatir terganggu.
Kita boleh cuba, tapi itu saya perlu tanya dekan setuju atau tak setuju dengan lawatan. Biasanya ini lawatan go through the dekan's office.
Baik.
Dekan's office. If they setuju, I think should not be an issue.
Baik.
Because now for the collaboration, you can talk with me, I can talk with my department, tak ada masalah. Jadi ini semua mass education kan, saya ingat itu takkan jadi masalah. Tapi yang kunjungan tu must go through my dean's office. That will be so much easier. So dengan kunjungan, I think it better go through dean's office. But apa mau buat, then I can have the next meeting with my coordinators, master's coordinator. I have one more fellow colleague professor, and few of us in the department can meet up. dan kita boleh putuskan apa langkah kita nak ambil dan
Baik.
apa kita nak buat. Be so much better.
Baik, sangat setuju sekali Profesor Singh.
Ya.
Sehingga Bapak Ibu, tadi yang sudah disampaikan oleh Profesor Singh terkait dengan rencana kerjasama ini, karena dalam bahasa Jawa ini apa KPL kalau bahasanya Peter, nggak pakai lama kalau Profesor Singh. jadi, jadi kalau memang nanti kita mau buat joint research, maka nanti minggu depan sudah kita siapkan Bu Farah paper atau penelitian yang akan kita siapkan. Nanti Profesor Singh akan undang Kaprodi S2 dan Kaprodi S1 terkait dengan detail teknisnya, sehingga nanti kalau misalnya nanti dari Prodi S2 dan S1 mau berkunjung ke sana, sekedar formalitas dari apa yang sudah kita kerjakan dalam 2-3 minggu ke depan, begitu. Dan seperti yang sudah disampaikan oleh Prof. Singh tadi, karena mahasiswa dalam 3 minggu terakhir ini juga kebanyakan tidak mau diganggu karena mereka juga punya hak untuk persiapan ujian akhir, sehingga kita fokus pada mungkin finalisasi saja, formalitas finalisasi pada saat kunjungan yang semuanya sudah kita siapkan pada saat virtual meeting sebelum-sebelumnya. Baik, saya persilakan kepada Bu Farah, Bu Dr. Suryasari Paradipa, mungkin ada yang ingin disampaikan, atau mungkin Bu Sunismi terlebih dahulu, kami persilakan. Bu Farah, silakan.
Okay, thank you, Pak Imam, and for saying. Actually, my team have a research proposal about ChatGPT, but I need to translate into English, and I'm going there to bring all the data we have regarding ChatGPT. How about it? Jadi sebetulnya kami punya proposal terkait ChatGPT dan itu sudah kami diskusikan di tim. Cuma untuk pelaksanaannya data-data sekarang sedang proses pengumpulan data. Jika diperkenankan, kami akan discuss about this data by email, and then we can go to Malaysia to finishing analysis. The analysis about ChatGPT. For your information, ChatGPT di sini kita mendiskusikan ChatGPT dalam penelitian ini dan kita kaitkan dengan metakognitif, begitu. Jadi bagaimana respon mahasiswa matematika dalam menyelesaikan masalah matematika itu berpengaruh terhadap metakognitifnya. Itu penelitian yang saat ini sedang berjalan. Seperti itu Pak Imam. Jika diperkenankan, jadi kita ke Malaysia dengan bring all of our data gitu.
Ya, saya kira tidak ada masalah Bu Farah. Tadi Prof. Singh menyampaikan tidak ada masalah kunjungan ke Malaysia, tapi pekerjaan itu kita sudah selesaikan di awal. Sehingga dalam 1, 2, 3 minggu ke depan ini, kalau misalkan ada data yang bisa didiskusikan atau mungkin artikel yang bisa kita tulis bersama, itu bisa dibuat draftnya terlebih dahulu dalam minggu ini atau minggu depan kita selesaikan, sehingga nanti if there is an input suggestion advice from Professor Singh in relation to the data that has been collected by the team from Unisma Malang, I think that will be wonderful. So having advice from him, and then syukur-syukur tadi Profesor Singh menyampaikan sebelum ke Malaysia sudah selesai duluan, sehingga formalisasinya saja di Malaysia sekedar sharing hasilnya dan lain-lain, the result of the final what we call it the discussion, but all the work has been finished like within 1 month or whatever. Is that the thing that you mean, Professor Singh?
Yeah, I think boleh. Macam Dr. Surya kata dia telah habis metakognitif, right? If you are done a metakognitif, so before you come here, kita akan ada satu mesyuarat. Because I have my student is doing on problem solving and metacognitive also. He's nearly completed. He's doing on that also. So we must be on the same line, same wavelength. So kita akan satu meeting on this one only per se. Bukan general on this research. Then see how we can embark on it also. Sebab mesti macam kita buat research perlu dua sebelah lah, not only one side. So maybe you already done that, maybe we can implement the same one in my side here. So that then we can have what's going on in the mindset of learners after 4 years in Malaysia and 4 years in Indonesia in your university.
Perfect.
So that because why, if not fair, because you are doing everything. You buat semua, takkan nak letak nama saya, ethically is wrong because I never do anything. So if we should do like you have done, you share your ideas, then we see whether can implement the same research in Malaysia. Then kita ada satu research yang pertama, right? Then the second one they meet. Okay, see, once you have proposed one research, and second one maybe we can propose one research, which I think I want to do now, which I'm writing a proposal now as we speak. I've been working for the past 3-4 weeks, is on teachers' awareness on usage of ChatGPT. When I say teachers, mean instructors lah, not teachers, right? Instructors, because this one can be on all faculties, not only Department of Mathematics. My one I going to do on all instructors in the university.
That's excellent idea.
So the first one maybe because sometimes sometimes when we do research, the university one janganlah bawa untuk mathematics saja, buatlah untuk semua pelajar. Untuk semua pelajar, chat awareness and usage number 1. Then second one, we can do adapt on students also. On students. So I thought the first part we do on instructors, which I'm nearly done there. The instrument nearly there. I just need to validate a little bit. Then maybe we can do that the second topic research. Untuk ni 2 cukup lah untuk sekarang. Tak perlu banyak-banyak lah.
Bagus, ya.
Tak perlu banyak-banyak. I think their cognitive is good because we also did one on the, we teach student maths, right? Do you all teach pure maths or you all jadi guru sekolah in your university?
Iya, profilnya
Guru.
untuk profilnya guru ya
Guru.
di sini.
Guru.
Okay. Are the guru problem solvers?
Yes.
You said that, right? Why not we did a test to assess are the student really problem solvers? You see now you say student are problem solvers, right? So, even my universities all say we are problem solvers. Betul ke? Okay.
Betul
Why
ke?
not we do an soalannya kita memang semua kata ada. So, why not we another one, we have the instrument online, we administer both sides.
Okay.
I have the instrument which I've already done already. And try to administer. Then we see what are the difficulties students are facing. Let me tell you, in Malaysia kan, kita tak ikut Singapore. No? I follow Singapore's framework since 2003. Bila saya pergi US kan, I balik and I thought, I went to do my PhD in 1996. And I thought I was a very good student. I got first class honors in undergraduate. I got nearly 4 flat with masters. Oh, saya memang bagus lah. I think I was very good. When I went there, my professor, he told me, Paramjit, I want you to go into a problem solving class. Undergraduate, I say, apa masalah saya ada? Saya memang pelajar pintar. Jadi saya masuk, saya tak boleh ajar. I face difficulty in solving the problems, although and the problems are all simple problems, by the way. Kita tak belajar content, and I thought I could do. I struggle. Let me tell you, the problem which I have, they are all problems that kita tak ajar pelajar content. It's all basic maths only, basic maths, but a lot of thinking involved. And my students are struggling. My instructors are struggling, by the way. My pure maths instructors, yang ajar pure maths kan, mereka pun tak boleh got. And all my questions tak gunakan calculator. Tak boleh gunakan calculator. Hanya gunakan minda kita. So you will notice the difference. Kita kata kita problem solver, application in real life application lah. Macam nak buat soalan calculus kan. Kita tak perlu buat sekarang lah. Komputer boleh buat untuk kita. But there are certain things computer cannot think. They cannot think. That's where the human intellect comes in. So maybe we can do this one also because this relate with metacognitive also. Dr. Surya, this relate with metacognitive also. So satu boleh buat yang your side with Dr. Surya reading about the data. We have a meeting for that. Then the second one about the ChatGPT, we will have a meeting for that. What the instrument is supposed to measure. And number 3, we can do on problem solving. So you see, we can have publication. Kalau mau publication cepat senang saja. You bought your side, I bought my side. Tak ada perbelanjaan. Tak ada perbelanjaan. You kutip data, I kutip data. we share our data and we publish a paper. It's so much faster. Kalau mau research grant, perlu apply dalam grant. Itu faculty akan bagi. Our faculty does ada joint collaboration grant, kita matching grant, kita memang ada. That one, our faculty don't mind taking out macam RM30,000. Biasanya kita buat dengan universiti RM30,000. So itu takkan jadi masalah, I think so lah.
Terima kasih Profesor Singh. Ini benar-benar tidak pakai lama Bapak Ibu. Jadi Profesor Singh sudah ada, tadi Bu Farah menyampaikan terkait dengan metakognitif minggu ini atau minggu depan, langsung ada kapan Bu Farah ketemu dengan mahasiswa PhD-nya Profesor Singh. Nanti ada apa namanya, gimana nanti diskusinya.
Tim penelitinya terkait
Ya.
metakognitif sendiri ya Pak.
Nah, benar. Kemudian yang terkait dengan apa, ChatGPT from teacher's perspective, that's interesting. I can also involve my student, Professor Singh. My student are also teachers, and asking their perspective on ChatGPT, not only from the perspective of mathematics education, from the perspective of other teachers.
Yes.
Ya, jadi nanti instrumennya sudah ada, nanti respondennya from both side, Indonesia and Malaysia, and tidak perlu membutuhkan dana, instrumen sudah ada, responden sudah ada, tinggal nanti how to collect the data, disseminating the instrument to accessible respondents so that we can receive the data and then analyze the data, and then soon we can draft the article like Professor Singh mentioned. Itu kemudian yang terkait dengan pendanaan, if for example, it requires or it need funding support, there is also available funding. But the point is not the funding, but the activity itself, like Professor Singh mentioned, that is easy. I mean, from my perspective, I can see that it's actually manageable activity. So the instrument is available, the data respondent is available, the idea, the proposal, and the student, the PhD student, and the faculty members are also available. So the question is, when is the next meeting to discuss the detail of the what we call it, the activity? Yeah.
Okay, kita ada two things here. Ada dua perkara. Satu, yang pertama, I think I will have the meeting with Dr. Surya and a team on the metacognitive.
Yes.
Itu yang pertama, bincangkan. Yang kedua, maybe one day after that or 2 days after that, we'll do about ChatGPT.
Okay, perfect.
Masa yang sama juga, you must have a meeting with my dekan also untuk kunjungan ke Malaysia.
Baik.
At the same time, jangan tunggu 1, 2, 3 minggu. Masa yang sama, Pak Imam, maybe you might have to discuss with the dekan untuk buat kunjungan ke fakulti pendidikan UiTM.
Yes.
So masa you sedang buat perbincangan itu, saya dengan Dr. Surya dengan lain sudah pun ada mesyuarat online dan sebagainya. So we got two in one lah sekali. Jangan kita tunggu 1 minggu.
Yep.
Hari ini adalah hari Selasa. Why not we schedule a meeting when you're ready for presenting? Macam Dr. Surya, you do a presentation to us lah. Kita boleh faham.
Yes.
And I'll let you know which date. Yang paling sesuai. Then I'll talk with my faculty yang math department bila kita boleh pergi.
Okay.
It's so much better.
Perfect ya. Jadi ini benar-benar sangat produktif Bapak Ibu. Jadi tidak perlu lama-lama, dan nanti Pak Prof Singh will give us information about the date.
You give me 1 to 2 days. I'll definitely come back to you.
Oh, okay.
Lagi satu, I'll give you my email number.
Yes.
Not my email, my handphone number. Kita boleh buat satu grup WhatsApp.
Yes.
So easier to bincangkan, karena email sangat susah.
Yep.
Easier to bincangkan. Gunakan your university and UiTM chat group or something like that.
Yes.
So then we can keep in touch bila kita mau jumpa dan sebagainya.
Perfect. Prof, can we have your WhatsApp number, Prof, in the message, or can we write it down?
Okay, 013
013
3500
3500
567.
567. 013-3500-567. Wow, this is beautiful number.
You just send a WhatsApp that the invitation, then I will reply. Kita boleh buat satu group.
Yes.
Then kita boleh bincang dalam sana. Then I will add
Oh.
my two coordinators dalam.
Yes.
Then kita
Alhamdulillah.
schedulekan kita punya lah. So I thought maybe first meeting Dr. Surya is going to present.
Yes.
Second meeting I'll present a ChatGPT. And
Perfect.
the masa yang sama Pak Imam you discuss with the dean you mau datang ke Malaysia.
The dean. Yes.
So I think kita sudah ada dua lah. Then also one more thing, bulan September kita
Yes.
ada konferensi tau, international conference. Yang faculty selalu, and
Yes.
also the one WOS, proceeding WOS. Your university, adakah mereka perlu publication dalam Scopus dengan WOS tak? Ada tak mereka?
We work on Atlantis Press, Prof.
Again?
Atlantis Press.
No,
Atlantis.
your publication, must
Oh.
it be in WOS or Scopus tak? Perlu wajib tak?
No.
My student,
diwajibkan.
the students not yet.
No,
Students not yet.
the your lecturers, professors.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Is it WS or Scopus?
Scopus and
Scopus,
both are okay.
Both of
Yeah.
them.
So I was
Both
also
of them.
very into this one now because my university conference in September, October, it
Yes.
will be in WOS proceedings.
Sure, we can participate if we can receive the information, the flyer or the
It's inside my website. I will you give me the kita buat WhatsApp group,
yes.
and I can send that link
Perfect.
to you straight away also. Then
Perfect.
maybe our target one going to be satu konferensi KPI kita dan satu publication tempat lain.
Perfect.
You see,
Perfect.
konferensi pun ada publication kan? So satu
Excellent.
joint presentation, satu joint publication in proceeding, and
Excellent.
satu publication lah kita tengok dalam masa 6 bulan daripada sekarang. Yang ini short term lah, publication in the conference.
Wow.
Amazing.
Profesor Singh, ini sangat detail sekali Bapak Ibu.
No lah, because I think kita perlu macam actually kita ada banyak masa.
Yeah.
You know, even my students semua kata my tak ada masa. I think masa kalau satu hari kita letakkan 30 minit pun cukup, kita perlu buat banyak lah.
Yeah.
So at least little bit every day, do little bit. Lepas ujung minggu we have done a lot lah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We start this one first. You start this one first. Then later down the line, I will.
For the ChatGPT, I will inform my student as well.
No, the ChatGPT. No, my ChatGPT is a pensyarah.
Right.
Student belum enroll lagi. Is among pensyarah university.
Right.
That's my instrument so far I've developed lah. I just need to finalize.
Yeah.
Then lepas Dr. Surya present, saya akan present yang ChatGPT berkenaan instrument saya. Then kita bincang hala tuju kita. Then kita bincang hala tuju kita.
Okay. Prof, another question. For the master and PhD, is it under the faculty or do you have another like postgraduate school?
Okay.
Like the director, like the structure.
It's like our structure. Yes, we have a postgraduate school. Tapi kalau you lawat faculty pendidikan kan, tak payah pergi postgraduate terus datang faculty saja, semua kita yang uruskan. So you know, kecuali you mau pergi ke postgraduate center. But in our faculty, we have our own postgraduate coordinator also. So everything is done within our faculty.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing, Prof. Singh. So all the head of the master degree program, from the management study program, from the education, from the Islamic studies, they want to follow up the MOU with their own areas. My question is, should we contact like each dean or go directly to the postgraduate for the other education, for the other study programs?
Two school of thoughts here. If you are coming with a postgraduate program of Islamic studies, postgraduate of management, postgraduate or TESOL, then I think you better go through the postgraduate center. Okay?
Okay.
Because you are going so many. Tengok see what they say.
Right.
For maths education, you terus datang pada saya.
Special.
Much faster lah. Because
fast track.
You go to fast track you for month. So nak datang ke faculty kita, cakap dengan, actually you go to the dean's office lah. Because you have management in education tau, leadership and management in education on masters kita pun ada.
Okay.
You can come to fast track, will be much better.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Professor Singh. Terima kasih banyak. Ini sangat clear sekali. Thank you for your time. I know you have so many activity, Prof. Singh, and we really appreciate. Kita sangat menghormati dan menghargai waktu yang Profesor Singh berikan. Apakah ada pertanyaan lagi, Bapak Ibu? Mungkin Pak Sony ingin menyampaikan sesuatu. Dr. Sony is the person in charge for the MOU or MOA and the program implementation at the university level. Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Sony.
Hi, Professor Singh. Okay, just to highlight it, Bapak Dr. Imam, should I speak in Indonesia or in bahasa Inggris?
Dua pun boleh. Saya faham Indonesia.
Okay, good. I will speak in Indonesia then. Okay, Professor Singh, just to highlight it, hanya untuk menggarisbawahi permintaan dari Pak Imam. So actually there is a connection between you and mathematics department. So I think, jadi saya harap nanti saya akan bisa hanya membantu saja untuk MOU dan MOA-nya. Jadi kalau memang diperlukan itu, kami dari KUI akan siap untuk melaksanakan itu. Paling enggak kita sudah terlihat dekat, terlihat akrab. We are familiar with this one, with your joint research also, and also with ChatGPT. It will be a great research also. This is a new one, and I'm hopeful that Pak Imam, if you need our student also, my student will be happy to join with this kind of research. Thank you, Pak Imam.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Dr. Sony. Ada tambahan lagi dari Bu Siki dan Bapak Ibu yang lain sebelum kita akhiri? Ini
I
Bu
think enough,
Siki,
Pak Imam. Enough.
ya, sudah semangat sekali ini Bapak Ibu
Saya ada
yang
satu
lain.
tambahan.
Baik, silakan Profesor
Untuk
Singh.
masa depan kan, my
Yep.
area is also improving mathematics joy in primary school.
Wow, that's
Primary school.
our faculty, Professor Singh. So
Is
that's,
there anybody in primary school? Because why? I believe we need to bring fun and joy in mathematics learning. How to
I
bring fun
agree.
and joy? I believe we have, pembentukan minda macam satu play to learn, satu learn to play tau.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
the
yeah.
while kita fokus play to learn, objektif dia learn, and pelajar tak suka. Kalau kita suruh mereka learn to play, filosofi dia berbeza sedikit, and student akan bermain, tapi dia tak tahu dia sedang belajar. And I've started that in one of my publication recently when we create games. Mathematics, saya semua mathematics saja. In fact, I just developed one new game, just came out and early this year. It's more pembentukan minda mathematics of numeracy. If you're interested in numeracy, I reinvent my numeracy for the past since January because Universiti sekarang satu publication, satu perlu invention juga. Apa did you invent? So now I started coming out with board games and card games. Lebih spesifik.
Ya, Profesor Singh, nanti pada tahun 2024, we will have collaboration with Japan and focusing on elementary and kindergarten. We can collaborate on that aspect.
Yeah,
So
very good.
Our partner from Dr. Sony team from Japan, Hiroshima, is that the name? Hiroshima University. And Naruto University will come to Unisma, bringing the students and also the teacher to do the teaching project. And we can, of course, collaborate how the concept of play and learning, play to learn and learn to play is very interesting. And Ibu Sunis, apakah ada Bapak Ibu dosen kita yang fokus pada ini, Bu Sunis? Pada pengajaran apa untuk anak-anak SD atau is it focusing on elementary or junior? You mean your term primary here?
It's actually grade 3, 4, 5, 6 and form 1, form 2.
Okay, so it's like grade 3 is like
kindergarten. Umur 8 tahun.
Yeah, like elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school.
Yeah. Ada ya Bapak Ibu ya yang untuk area penelitian untuk Bu Sunis mungkin yang untuk pembelajaran untuk anak SD untuk matematika. Area untuk tahun depan nanti Prof. Singh akan fokus ke situ Bu Sunis.
Kalau saya belum pernah sih SD, SMP, SMA itu yang pernah, kemudian baru S1.
Baik.
Itu yang kalau SD belum nggak apa-apa kita mencoba apa.
Baik.
Karena beberapa mahasiswa di S2 itu guru-guru SD, Pak. Mereka kepala sekolah di SD.
Right. Yeah.
Oh ya, beberapa ada yang SD.
Yeah. So the school principal under the supervision of Dr. Farah is elementary school teachers. an elementary school principal,
I
Prof.
see.
Singh. Ya,
Very good.
jadi sangat menarik untuk kita siapkan tahun depan. Sehingga nanti join publikasi dan join research-nya bisa berjalan. It's very interesting. Learn to play and play to learn. Very
Yeah, yeah.
important. I also might, not might, I will also learn from you as well, Professor Singh. It's very
Oh.
important.
Kita belajar sama-sama. You learn from
Yeah.
me, I learn from you.
Yeah. So, Bapak Ibu, terima kasih banyak. Thank you so much. Then we close our a very important meeting today, and hopefully we will process. Pak Sony will process the invitation, the letter of request to the dean and to the postgraduate program. Process the letter to request the visit, and then we'll discuss via WhatsApp group. Pak Sony will create the WhatsApp group, and then we will he will we call it follow up, especially the request of the meeting with the dean.
Yeah.
I have the dean's number already, Prof. Singh. So
Yeah.
I will WhatsApp her, and then do you think we should put her in the WhatsApp group or not? The
No,
dean.
you ask her permission first.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
let this one be the maths. I think maybe if you want
Math first, yeah.
you
Yeah.
adakan ini focus maths education lah.
First, okay.
Because
Okay.
I scared one kalau ramai-ramai so dia
Okay.
akan bercelarut, will go many direction. This
Okay.
one be the maths education group collaboration.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
much better.
Oke, good. Oke, baik. Sekali lagi terima kasih semuanya, Bu Sunis, Wakil Dekan 2, dan Bapak Ibu yang lain, Bu Kaprodi, Kaprodi S1 dan Kaprodi S2 yang sudah hadir, dan Bapak Ibu Dekan, Bapak Ibu dosen. Mudah-mudahan ini bermanfaat dan sangat langsung to the point, nggak pakai lama, sehingga dalam 1, 2, 3 minggu ini kita bekerja keras untuk menyiapkan rencana penelitian dan rencana kerjasama publikasi. Data-data nanti disiapkan. Nanti Pak Prof. Singh akan menyiapkan dari mahasiswa beliau dan juga tim dosen-dosen dari Mathematics, Science and Education dari Universitas Teknologi Malang, Malaysia. Again, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Singh.
Okay, sure. Take care. Nice
Terima kasih, Prof. Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Singh.